Hello virtual pilots, I'm Andreiceleste and welcome to another edition of our HIP Talk Show, where this time we get to talk with Fox3 Managed Solutions about the future of dedicated servers in DCS World and an upcoming Livery Editor tool that will come in handy for your virtual squadron, team, and representation of your favorite scheme on the modules you own in your hangar. As we know, there are big plans for DCS World when it comes to that dynamic campaign, a world map, and a revamp on many core features that will change your experience for the better. Fox3, our sponsor and partners, join our talk today so we can discover how will all the changes impact our day-to-day flights in DCS World. We are here with Luck and Hammy from Fox3 Managed Solutions. Thank you for being here on our talk show.
Thank you for having us, Andre. This is wonderful.
So, Fox3 is a well-known dedicated server provider for DCS World, and not only. You guys came a long way and the future looks promising. But let's take a bit of time to tell our audience in a short way, how did Fox3 Managed Solutions started? What's the story behind this project?
In 2020, during the pandemic, we were playing some DCS, and I was playing DCS online for the first time. I've had DCS for since the days of FC3 and Lomac, and finally I decided I'm going to go online because I was bored to tears. And I went online and I was like, this is like a whole new experience. And then I started playing with a couple of groups. I played with the Vipers, the Pit Vipers, and I put up about 4 servers for them, and I started thinking, the problem with DCS is these servers are hard to put up and hard to maintain, and so many challenges that I decided I could do it for a hobby and start, providing them for people. And I started doing that. And then I started thinking, well, I could make it into a business and maybe I can quit my day job. So I'm at the point where I can't actually quit my day job, but I do have 300 plus servers and lots of happy customers. And, it's a lot of fun. And the idea is to provide DCS servers for the community that are easy to do. And that way people don't have to worry about it. And we bring more joy to the community, because that's really what it's all about. The more people we have playing, the more exciting things we'll get from ED and third-party developers, and also from the community.
Okay, so how many people work at Fox3 and what type of services do you provide?
So we provide DCS servers, obviously. We also provide support for our servers, and we also do other servers, some other servers, not many. We do like Pal World and a couple other Steam games that we can support pretty easily. We're famous for our DCS servers, and that's what we do the best. And we have 4 people that work for Fox3 besides myself. I'm sorry, 5. That includes Hammy, who's on here and who handles our marketing and relationships, and he does a fantastic job. Say hi, Hammy.
Hello.
And we also have Juan, who's one of our support guys, and he's fantastic as well. He lives in Uruguay and does a fantastic job. We also have BitBoy, who is one of my customers who turned into a support staff, and he's just phenomenal too. He's always there in a pinch when we need him. And we all basically have full-time jobs or other things going on. So it's, we try to provide the coverage that we cover from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day, Monday through Saturday. And the idea is really to make it as easy and as turnkey as possible. We try to answer the tickets within a timely manner. And I get a lot of feedback from our customers saying, you guys are fantastic. Other hosting companies don't do this so quickly. And that's true because, again, this isn't like another hosting company. Other hosting companies just give you the hardware and that's it. What we do is provide the whole solution, which is DCS running, all the third-party software running, working, everything's updated. You shouldn't have to do anything but put your missions on there and fly. And that's the idea of it.
Well, I can definitely vouch for that, as ever since we got the servers from you guys to host our dynamic server, any questions, small issues that were mostly caused by lack of knowledge on our side, were met with fast replies and solutions. Not to say that after every major update from ED, the servers are getting updated in less than an hour. It feels like you're part of a family taking care of you, and it's really nice.
Yeah, no, Andre, this is because so we started in September of 2021 was when we first went online as live. And since then, and it's been really a journey, I've come up with ways to improve and streamline automation so that it's really minimal on us as far as when an update comes out. It's an all hands on deck event. We have BitBoy, Juan, me, and Hammy, and we hit all the servers and we update our masters, and that takes it takes about an hour, depending on the size of the update. Some updates are hundreds of gigs, some of them are
like we just saw.
few.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've really gotten to the point where we've automated as much as possible, and I constantly am working on ways to streamline and update, and I'm at a point now where we're just about to roll out another new feature, which is a monitor for the customer that they could drop their webhook into their mission folder, and the webhook will alert their Discord when someone logs in or logs off their server, or when the server crashes, or when the server's not responding.
Wow.
And I'm working now on if the memory gets above 95%, it'll send an alert. Hey, your memory's getting up there. We all know that when the memory gets pegged, that things get choppy in DCS. So these are the things that I'm trying to improve, so it's a better experience for our customers.
All right, that sounds amazing. Well, we all know that dedicated servers are a must-have when it comes to medium to large communities flying together in the CS world. They are good for training, events, tournaments, and gives us the edge for missions and campaigns that we want to experience. What features do you offer when purchasing a server from Fox3? What should your customers expect?
So basically, when you get a Fox3 server, you can expect that all you would have to do is upload your missions and fly. We handle the third-party software, like it depends on your tier. So we have multiple tiers for multiple different groups. The low-end tiers are co-op tier and our value tier. These are for small groups, 5 people, maybe up to 10 people for value tier, and those tiers don't come with the ability to add mods to the server. They don't come with SRS. They don't come with a lot of ATC or TAC-view. A lot of people are fine with that, and it just runs. The next tier up is the squad tier. That's the first tier that we get mods and access to scripts and the ability to have TAC-view and some of the other third-party mods that you would see out there. And that is for 16 players. It comes with 10 gigs of RAM, and after that we have the wing tier. The wing tier is for up to 40 people, and that's probably our best seller. That's the one we have the most sold of. And the wing tier has a lot of ATC, it has SRS, it has TAC-view, has the ability to use custom scripts and upload any kind of third-party mod that you want. And then above that we have this air superiority tier, another larger tier that I can't even think of off the top of my head. So those are up to 60 and 80 players. And they come with a lot, basically a lot more resources, memory, and things like that. And we have a few of those, but I think like the biggest seller is our wing tier. All of our servers are built for persistence right out of the box, so you don't have to do anything to it. There's only a few things that we don't allow. For instance, when you have persistence, we upgrade the mission scripting Lua file so that you can have access to some of the features of the Lua. We don't allow OS, which is the ability to hit the operating system, and some people could do this, some people allow this. Fox3 does not. It presents a security challenge, and beyond keeping the servers running fantastic for you guys, security is our next priority, and we want to make sure that they're secure.
Now, some of our viewers know that we started to prepare the HIP Dynamic server, courtesy of Fox3 here, for which we are very grateful, and it offers us the perfect playground to experience new modules, capture amazing shots for the channel, and gives our members a place to relax, burn some steam, and basically enjoy DCS for what it is. Since we got the server from you, I learned a lot of things, savoring the multiplayer scene of DCS, but also the struggle to build up the systems that are required for a fantastic experience, and we also try to innovate as much as we can, so when we open the public floodgates, people will know they are flying on the How I Play server. I know most features are bound to DCS, and only ED can change how things work when it comes to, setting the sim, preparing the missions, and so on. But what do you think? How will the future dynamic campaign that was promised long time ago change our experience on a dedicated server?
Yeah, so that's a great question. The thing about DCS that we're all struggling with is the DCS dedicated server has not been multi-threaded to the point where the client has. And so there's some limitations there. We're all waiting for that to come out. Once that is addressed by ED, I think we're going to see a lot better performance on the server. And so some of the things to look forward to, they're coming out with the global map eventually. They're coming out with the multi-threaded server. These things kind of limit what we can do at the moment.
Yeah.
And we have to work around those. So some things that people don't realize is DCS really runs on one core. We provide 4 cores and 6 cores and 8 cores, but the primarily the biggest part of the usage is on a single core. And when that core gets swamped, and that's why I go with high-end servers. We use Epic servers for our hardware in most places, anywhere we can get them. And we try to do our best to keep things optimized. And a lot of people get on with their mission and say, oh, my server doesn't run good on your servers. Well, it's the mission is doing so much. You have a raging ground war with thousands of ground units. There's going to be some lag. That's a DCS thing. It'll run great maybe in a single player client, but it won't run great on a dedicated server. So we're trying to work with how we can provide the best possible performance with our servers and with the framework of what we have with the ED dedicated server. That makes sense.
And any plans for providing specific server packages when this dynamic campaign comes out?
Yeah, when we'll have to be kind of cognizant of what those features are and what kind of resources they're going to take, but we can certainly provide customized hardware to those particular things. Like, for instance, the global map, I'm assuming the global map is going to be gigantic. Each one of our maps right now, we take about 500 gigs of install space for DCS. And so that is going to be a challenge because disk space is literally my most expensive thing, because we have to use NVMe drives. We have to use the fastest possible disk. If we use spinner disks, nobody would ever have a good experience. And everybody knows this already. If you're using a spinner disk on DCS, it can be choppy and slow, but if you add 40 people on there, it's going to be super slow. So we try to make things as fast as possible by using the best possible hardware available to us.
Yes, they have indeed announced that they are working on a world map, a spherical Earth map that will encompass all theaters of war, giving us the freedom to operate anywhere we want. From your perspective, then, how do you imagine this will work on a dedicated server? Comparable, most likely, to what Microsoft Flight Simulator has achieved.
Yeah, so the way I could tell you a little bit how Microsoft does it. Microsoft has the backing of Azure, right? So they're global. They're a global hosting provider. And I've actually looked at using Azure for Fox3, and the problem was it would have cost me like $500,000 a month to host the servers we would need to be up 24/7.
There we go. It's about the money.
Exactly. For Fox3, we buy our own dedicated servers, and we have to buy super high-end stuff. We can't use shared VPSs like a lot of people do. But the problem that Microsoft has, that backing and all that extra money to do this, and they use a lot of AI, and they use the Azure world. And so to really accomplish this, I think they would have to build a giant map. DCS would have to build a giant map. They would have to have the map area that you're on would be high detail, and the area off of it would be lower detail, obviously. And you'd be able to move around and select at different parts, which would be, I think, very doable. I think the challenges come with do you need to have the map on the server, or can you just put the coordinates on the server and you actually have the map on the client? And if they had the map on the client, it would be much easier on the server side.
Yeah. If
they have the map on the server, then we get into, okay, I'm going to need a terabyte of space to put the map on,
or even more.
And exactly. And then it would have to be dished out, accordingly. And so that's quite a interesting challenge, and I don't know how they're going to do it. And my hat goes off to their developers and their servers, because they, a lot of people love to bust on ED, but I appreciate the work they do, knowing, working in the industry and knowing what has to be done to accomplish this. And one other thing I want to say about Microsoft is, while Microsoft Flight Simulator looks kind of good, for the most part, it's eye candy. When you get down into it, you get low and over the terrain and stuff, it doesn't look as good or it's not as smooth as DCS runs.
Correct.
And when you're bombing things and when you're dogfighting and stuff, you're not looking at the terrain. But when you're flying around and you don't have anything else to do but fly, then the terrain becomes important. So I have to say that DCS has got a good balance of good-looking terrain versus playability.
Also, we cannot hide the fact that we are currently living during the AI revolution in regards of programming and developing new tools in the tech sector. What's your opinion on the future of AI, maybe even in DCS world?
So, that's a great question. I work with AI in my day job, so this is kind of fun. I have been learning so much about AI and I love it. I build LLM models and NLM solutions for customers right now. So it's kind of been a fun journey for me. And I was able to take, for instance, my ticketing system and load it into a large language model, and it actually works. I haven't integrated it yet with the Discord, and that's what I'm trying to get done eventually down the road when I have some time. So you'll have your first line of defense will be actually an AI, but it's there and it works right now. And I think that in DCS we can see the use of AI being really good for down the road. I don't know how ED will apply it, but you can see it for piloting. You can see it for maybe some AI pilots being a little more difficult and a little more unpredictable. And eventually we'll see it used in multiple facets of combat sims. So I think it's going to be pretty fun.
If you are a fan of our show, most likely you know already about the upcoming Livery Editor or Generator, if I can say that was teased by Fox3. But for those of you who are new here on the channel, let's give them a short description on what is this tool and how will they be able to use it with DCS World.
What I decided was, back when I was getting skins made for myself, I had an artist make me a skin and it was great. I loved it. I used the heck out of it. It's only for one plane, it's for my F-14. And he took it, it probably took him a better part of a week or a week and a half to get to it and get it right. And I loved it and I used it. He made skins for our whole squad. He must have put in 100 hours worth of time for that. The other thing is, for ours, I decided that let's make skins a little more accessible to people, because there's a lot of people who would like to throw some nose art on an existing skin or build something that looks personalized, maybe put their name on it, but they don't have time or a bunch of time to wait, or they don't know an artist that can help them. So I thought, let's make something that does this. And so we started thinking about it. Now, this has been 2 years in the making. I started working on this. We put a lot of time and money and effort into it, and we got it to the point where a user can come in, select a template, which would be, right now it's only for F-18s. We're getting to the point where we're going to start releasing all of them. They'll pick an F-18 template that we have. We have 20 templates available. Eventually, we'd like to have about 50 for every plane. They pick the canopy pilot name, what they want, under their canopy. They pick the name, they type it in. They can say white or black text. Then they go down to the wear level and they can say, I want it to be worn or slightly worn or brand new. And then they go down to the nose art and they can select a file from their machine and upload a nose art that's like a PNG transparent file, so it looks great. They could select whether or not it needs to be mirrored on the other side. So if it's got letters, it'll look good on the other side of the plane. If not, it'll flip it around and make it look so it's pointing forward. And then same for the tail art. They would pick a tail art, put it on the plane, and then hit submit. And within 30 seconds, they'll get a link to their new skin that they can download and toss onto their machine, and it'll work. And the idea was to make it more accessible for groups with less artists and help the artists out there they can fine tune them and do some great templates, and they can spend their time doing other things, and then maybe submit a template, and then we can do let's throw the pilot name on there and the nose art and all that good stuff. So that's the idea of the system.
So for now you have the F-18, but later you will roll out for all the modules. Is that correct?
Yeah. Correct. We're going to do the F-18, and that's going to come out imminently, pretty soon, probably within the week. And then F-16s are being built right now. F-4s are being built right now. F-15s are being built. We're doing all the skins we can do. And once we get, and we're also going to do the skins that aren't flyable, like we're going to do the E2 and the tankers and all that good stuff. So if you want custom skins for those, we'll put those in as well.
That sounds amazing. So basically, you can build your own coalition. Do you have any plans for an interior customization for certain cockpit textures?
Absolutely. So once we kind of see what kind of demand there is. Once we see if there's people are interested, then we'll do things like a full-on customization of your plane. Like you want to do the whole tail, or you want to do the gas tanks, you want to do the pilot patches, you want to do the interior of the plane. Those are things that we can do eventually. It's going to take a lot of time and a lot of effort and some more programming, but we feel that future versions of it will have the ability to do all these things.
Now, back in the day when you announced the tool and presented the price, you did get some interesting reactions from the community, which in my experience, it's something normal when it comes to the internet. The conversation stuck to the fact that the initial price was maybe too steep for such a tool. How did you guys take this reaction? What is your response on it? Any information now about the price?
We are going to charge for the liveries. It's going to come off originally at $9.99 per skin.
Okay.
And we still have to pay for the servers. We still have several $1,000s wrapped up in the development. We still have 6 people on payroll doing development work on this. So we have to be able to make our money back. We have to be able to make it worth our time, or it's just not worth it. But at the same time, we'll be doing specials where the plan is to do like squadron wide liveries. So a squadron's, I know like the 162nd, they have 1,500 members. If they want to make a livery, they'll upload a template and slap it all on there, and we'll do it for a batch price of like $2.99 each.
So, we know already that for servers, we currently have a promotion for that 10% discount, thanks to you guys, our sponsor Fox3 here. So we can provide our viewers this discount if they use our code HIP24. Maybe in the future, how you said, you'll see similar discounts or, bundles, as you just heard, also for the Livery Editor. Stay tuned, make sure you have your eyes peeled, because you never know when they start to pop up. Also, I know that currently you are in closed beta and you're already in testing for this tool. Any news for a potential release date?
Yes, we're trying to do it within the next week.
Wow.
Like I said, we have the skins being tested. And then the more people that we're going to open it up to some of our groups that are customers currently that like to test for us. And when we get some feedback and see if we have any problems, we'll fix it. All the other feedback will be enhancements that we'll do in the later phase, and that's underway right now. So we're hoping to have this live, like I said, within the week, and additional planes coming out immediately after.
Amazing. Looking forward to that. Also, what other plans do you have for the future of Fox3 Managed Solutions?
So automating more. The more we can automate, the more responsive we can be. More insight into what's going on your server with monitoring, like someone logs in, someone logs out, the server crashes, their mission change, things like that. And then down the road, for the skins, we're actually considering maybe opening up the skins for Microsoft Flight Simulator, maybe some cars for like a set of racing, other games, if you will, for the skins, because we do feel like we have some technology here that's unique and going to work well for other niche types of uses, other flight sims, et cetera, et cetera. So that's what we're trying to do.
Not too long ago, I assisted with Hammy on your tournament at Fox3. What other events you plan for the future?
We have 2 events upcoming, and Hammy, do you want to mention them, or do you want me to do it?
I know the one in August. I think we decided on 9th and 10th. We plan on doing our 2nd annual Top Gun tournament. We did that last year. That was our first Fox3 tournament ever. It was very successful. I think we had over 40 pilots register and something like $1,000, $500 raised for our charity that we had at the time. And it's nice to see the community come together over stuff like this, whether it's for fun or serious. And to include guys like you, Andre, like having you and Spud and Bogey Dope all in one room together. You don't ever see that.
It was really fun, Hammy.
It's exactly. It's a fun time. It makes for a good watch, honestly. I've gone back and watched our VOD several times.
And Hammy, please let our viewers know where they can find you, because I know that you stream almost every day, if I know for a fact. Yeah, I think. Yeah, on Twitch.
Correct as is. Hammy on Twitch is my Twitch handle.
Well, that's great. I'm definitely looking forward to do more events together with other content creators at Fox3.
We also have one other event coming up soon, which is that's the Spud Knocker workshop that we're having. It's a mission tuning and optimization workshop, which will be a great one. And that one is next Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Well, it has been a great pleasure to talk with you guys. It's always nice to catch up with passionate people that want to bring more to the experience of DCS World.
I would just like to say thank you very much for having us, and thank you very much for being one of our wonderful sponsors and that we really love, and for what you do in the community. Thank you very much.
And so our interview with Fox3 Managed Solutions has come to an end. As always, exclusive content like this is first available for our Patreon members, but always gets released to everyone in a short amount of time. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to give us a like if you find the video informative, and subscribe to keep in touch with all the latest news on your favorite simulators and games. I am andreiceleste, reminding you to fly safe, and I'll see you next time.